Aaron Cantu here with Prince Lucas Bahdi, 18-0, 15 knockouts, going to take on Ryan James Racaza, who's 15-0, 11 knockouts. Lucas, you just had the weigh-in, man. How you feeling, and what did you see in his eyes when you stared down with him?
I'm feeling great. What I see in his eyes, he's ready to fight. Kid's ready to fight. He's in shape. He looks good, so it's gonna be an interesting fight.
No doubt, man. This is the first time you're fighting a southpaw. What are some of the challenges that might present for you in this fight?
I mean, anytime it's the first time fighting a southpaw, it's always you always got to get used to the different angles, right? So once I get used to it the first round or so, then I'll make the adjustments and things will work out.
No doubt. I want to go back to 2 fights ago when you fought Aston Silv. That was a fight where you're fighting on Jake Paul undercard. It was a great opportunity for you, and you took advantage of it. Talk about that fight. You were down on the scorecard, seemingly getting outboxed, and then you landed 2 consecutive straight right hands with that left hook that put him to sleep. What a performance, and just reflect on that fight.
At the end of the day, timing beats speed, right? And I was waiting for the right time, and I caught him clean, and I got sleepers in both hands. So
in that fight, did you, like, when you were kind of in that fight, he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
Did you still feel like you had the power to catch him at some point? Like, did your confidence go down? Because when we were watching it, he seemingly was winning the fight easily.
Yeah. Sorry, what's the question?
The question was, like, basically, did you know you were going to catch him at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. The plan was to get him second half. As soon as he slows down a little bit, right, his defense goes down a bit, then you catch him.
Cool, man. And I want to go back to your last fight against Casamonica, who came in as a late replacement. That was a tough fight for you. You had to gut that one out. Talk about your performance in that one.
I felt I outboxed him. I caught him with the clean, hard shots. He didn't really hit me with any big shots. He was just kind of pitter-pattering, and he made it look like it was a competitive fight. But I mean, it wasn't really a competitive fight. I outboxed him pretty easily.
No doubt, man. What are you looking to show in this fight specifically?
What I do best, man. I'm hoping to get knockouts every fight. So we're gonna do our best to get that.
No doubt, man. I know you've been calling out Tank Davis here and there, man. What did you make of his last performance against Lamont Roach?
Lamont's a great fighter, and I think people underestimated him. And he had a great game plan, and he executed very well.
What do you make of that 9th round controversial no knockdown call?
It's a knockdown.
It was a knockdown.
It's a knockdown. You take a knee, it's a knockdown. I don't care who you are, what you did, what happened before that, it's a knockdown.
Do you think the New York State Athletic Commission should overturn the ruling to a Lamont Roach victory, given that it was a draw?
Absolutely.
No doubt, man. Last thing, your manager, Phil LaGreco, said it's knockout season. Is it knockout season tomorrow night?
It's always knockout season.
Thanks, Lucas. I appreciate it, man. Aaron Cantu, FightHype.com, with former, great boxer himself, Phil LaGreco. You had a career, and now you're the manager for Prince Lucas Bahdi, who's headlining here in Toronto, man. Big fight. He's going to take on Ryan James Racaza. Both guys are undefeated. Both have high knockout ratios. What are you looking for in this fight, Lucas?
Basically, what I'm looking for everything that we set up to be and to do over the last 4 years. When we first signed, we had a goal. The goal was to big lights, big fights, and this is his 3rd fight that he's fighting a guy that's undefeated. He wants to fight these undefeated guys. He wants to prove himself, and just improvements, small improvements that he does in the gym, that he's able now to deliver it in front of people. And obviously, everybody wants to see a knockout. He spoiled everybody with the power that he has. So he's the knockout of the year. So people are expecting the knockout, and it's knockout season.
Let's go back to that fight against Silv, man. That was a fight where Silv was outboxing him for most of the fight, and then Lucas landed 2 consecutive right hands that stunned him, and then the left hook that just cleaned him up.
Yeah.
Just talk about what you were thinking in that fight when he was down on the scorecards.
Basically, when the fight was presented to him, I looked at the fight, I looked at the tapes of Silv, and I kid you not, I said, this is a tough fight, but I said, if you don't knock this guy out, I'll retire. That's what I told him. You're not going to take this fight. You don't have to take it. There'll be other offers, but if you take this fight, if you can't knock this guy out, I'll retire, I told him. So he took the fight. He goes, no, I want this fight. I'm like, okay. Now, the night before the fight, I had a dream. And the dream was that I forgot to go to the fight because I fell asleep, and he came back to the room and goes, bro, did you see what happened? I knocked him out. I said, what do you mean? So I went on YouTube to see the highlights that he knocked him out cold. So on the day of the fight, I was telling his advisor and everybody, I'm like, listen, it's a done deal. We're going to win by knockout. I already know it. Now, when the first 5 rounds were not going his way, I was still calm because I said, there's a fucking reason why I had this dream about this knockout. And I told this kid, if he doesn't knock this guy out, I retire.
Wow, man, and you called it.
Yeah.
When he was down on the scorecard.
I've even been on records. I recorded myself on video. I say, hey guys, this is the morning after the win. It's 9 a.m. I just had a dream, XYZ.
Isn't that crazy that he scored that knockout when he was fighting on the undercard? It was kind of an opportunity for Lucas. He was fighting in local shows in Niagara Falls, and that was the one opportunity he needed, and he took advantage of it.
Well, as a manager, what I did is make sure that we had a game plan since day one. Obviously, the COVID that happened put a pause in the career, and a lot of people would have probably said, hey, man, I don't know what's going to happen with your career. I'm going to do something else. But we stuck together as a team, and basically, I just told him, you gotta be patient. It's gonna happen. Now I'm getting you ranked. I got him ranked. As a manager, I was able to get him positioned improperly where he's gonna get those calls. And when he got that first call from MVP, I looked at him and said, look, this is one offer. I told you it's gonna happen. If you don't knock this guy out, I retire, but there'll be others. Don't worry, just wait a couple weeks. No, I want this guy. I want this fight. I want to fight in Tampa. I want to fight in the US.
He did it.
So,
when can we expect, obviously he's got to get past this guy. This guy's tough, Filipino. If he comes out, with a sensational performance, when can we expect Lucas to really get a title shot at some point?
Maybe even next fight.
Who would you like to see him fight?
Well,
he's been calling out Tank, here and there.
Well, Tank didn't look so good in his last fight, but every world-class fighter has those off nights. And I think a fight with him would be ideal because he's also going to be ranked by the WBA top 3 after this fight. Other than the champions that I would like to see, I think any of the champions, he's ready. He'll be ready.
No doubt. So now that we're on the Tank topic, let's talk about what just happened with Lamont Roach. That was a fight where most people thought Roach was going to get blown out, and then in the 9th round, seemingly looked like Roach knocked him down. What did you make of that incident with the ref not calling it a knockdown and the fight going to a draw?
Things happen. Freak accident happened. He was complaining on the hair or whatever.
What do you make of that?
I mean,
was it a knockdown?
Was it a knockdown? Probably. He took a knee. If you take a knee, it's a knockdown. Right? If you take a knee, it's a knockdown. 1,000%.
No doubt. So
Floyd took a knee.
And he didn't even get hit. It was his hand.
He took a knee. It's a knockdown. You take a knee, it's a knockdown. The rules are written. Read them, right?
So in that event, do you think that the New York State Athletic Commission should overturn the ruling of the fight? Because a knockdown there puts Roach over the top on the card since it was a draw. It would have gave him the decision.
I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I couldn't say.
No doubt, man. Last thing, what can we expect tomorrow night for the main event?
Knockout season.